Alright fellas, in this video I'm going to talk about a topic which a lot of fighters struggle with. Doesn't matter whether it's boxing, MMA, Muay Thai, bare knuckle fighting, any type of combat sport athlete can benefit from the information that I'm about to give you in this video. And what I'm going to talk about is how to fuel up for your training sessions, have maximum energy levels, not gas out in your training sessions, and just perform at your very best, because that's what all fighters want to do. So when it comes to actually maximising your energy levels for combat sports, we've got to understand how the sport works and what the demands of it are. So we've got a lot of high intensity actions going on and being repeated constantly. Grappling, jiu-jitsu, sparring, bag work, on the mats. You've got to look at these different aspects of combat sports, and the high intensity, the very quick movements, and when it's high intensity, it requires glucose, otherwise known as carbohydrates, as the main predominant fuel source. So that essentially means in order for us to perform our very best, we need a constant supply of sugar and carbohydrates in order for us to feel fueled. Now, I'm going to break it down for you simply so you actually understand how to eat the carbs properly around your training sessions. So what you want to do is you want to start off with a baseline. So you want 4 to 6 grams of carbohydrates for every kilogram of body weight. Now, you want to look at it like this. So the lower the intensity of the training session, or the lower the volume of the training day, the lower end of the scale you want to go towards, and then vice versa. So the harder you train and the higher the training volume, the higher end of the scale you want to be going for. Okay, so now that one's sorted, you then want to focus on making sure you're getting the right types of carbohydrates at the right times. And the rule that I like to follow with this is, it's very simple. Give the body what it needs or when it needs it. Now what I mean by this is, with your carbohydrates, let's say for example that hypothetically speaking, you've got a training session at 6 p.m. in the evening. The way you would want to eat your carbohydrates is, you would want to focus on, of course, spreading them across the day, but earlier on in the day, we want carbohydrates which aren't going to give us massive spikes in blood sugar. Now, I mean high fibre carbohydrates and high glycemic index carbs when I talk about this. So I'm talking things like sweet potato, white potato with the skin on, unripe banana, apples, any type of fruit, and oats. Now what these are going to do is, they are going to, number one, like I say, not spike your blood sugar levels, but they're going to give your body consistent and slow supply of carbohydrate, which is going to maintain your energy levels, and you're not going to have these up and down crashes in energy. So that's really important to get earlier on in the day. So then what you want to be focusing on doing is, the closer you get to your training sessions, you want to start focusing on giving your body quick sugar hits. Now I can imagine I'm probably going to get a load of guys in the comment sections getting at me saying, why are you advising me to eat sugar? Why are you telling me to eat bad foods? But that's not the case. So what you actually want to be doing is, when you get close to your sessions, you want carbohydrates which are what we call high glycemic index, which basically means that you spike your blood sugar levels quickly and they digest rapidly. So they don't sit inside your stomach, they make you feel good, and they give you tons and tons of energy for when you come to actually training. So the best way to do this is, and this is my number one rule when it comes to these kind of carbohydrates, the last meal you want to be eating 2.5 to 3 hours before your session, to give your body enough time to digest, absorb, store, and actually use the carbohydrates when you're training. It's as simple as that. Now when I talk about these high glycemic index carbohydrates, things which are like pancakes, so buttermilk pancakes are good, white bread, unripe bananas are good. You want to be going for things like Squares bars, you want to be going for things like Cocoa Pops, rice pudding, biscuits, sweets. I can go on and on and on. Even bagels are a good option. So that's really good. So let's say for example you want to then look at maximising your energy levels during your training session. Let's say you've got a really intense bag workout. You can then look at fueling during your session, and the rule you want to go off here is you want to be going for around 30 to 60 grams of carbs for every hour of training. And when you're training, the right type of carbs here are very important and are going to dictate how you perform. And you want to be going for carbohydrates during your sessions, which are easy to digest. Things like Science Sport energy gels. Nutrition X also do a good range of energy gels. Liquid carbs such as Lucozade, Gatorade, even carb powders such as cluster dextrin and maltodextrin mixed in water. You also want to be going for things like sweets, small amounts, and that's going to give you the energy that you need, which is going to sit in your stomach and is going to allow you to perform at your very best during your sessions. Now listen guys, that's it for today's video. I hope you've took away some good tips away from this video and you can actually apply it to your next training session, and I can guarantee that if you do, you're going to see a massive improvement in your energy levels. Now if you want some more information like this for combat sports, simple and easy to apply, just hit the subscribe button.